Welcome back to the balcony bar with myself and Liam. He's having a beer as usual. Tonight I decided to go for a gin and tonic with a dash of lime, and it's quite refreshing if I do say so myself. I suppose you want me to tell you a story about travelling, eh? Okay. Well, a few years ago, Central America, I was in Belize, and I went to this little kind of fishing harbour, touristy place, because I was going to get the boat to Honduras. And I was only there one day, and it was around this time in the evening, you know, just starting to get dark. And I was coming back from the supermarket, you know, I had a few beers, I was going to drink them on my porch, and I was walking down a little dirt track which led the way to the guest house I was staying in. Next fall, this guy comes up behind me in a bicycle going, hey, 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 hey. I go, yeah, how's it going, you okay? He goes, where are you staying? Where are you staying? I said, just this little guest house around the corner. Why, what's the problem? Oh, is there a guy called Brian staying there? I says, well, not that I know of. I only got here today, so I don't really know anybody. Oh, okay, it's just that I met him last night and I told him that I'd bring him fishing tomorrow morning, and I forgot to ask him where he was staying. Oh, never mind, I'll just have to keep looking. I says, okay, best of luck with that now. And then the next day, I'm in the exact same spot as where I bumped into this guy the night before. Only it was about midday, and I was coming back from the supermarket, this time like with a bottle of water or something like that. And he comes behind me again. Hey, 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 hey. I go, oh, you again, did you find your friend? Yeah, I found him, yeah, thanks, yeah, we went fishing this morning, yeah, we had a great time. Oh, that's good, I'm glad to hear that now. And I got a good look at him now, you know, he had a little bicycle, you know, a little blue bicycle, and he was wearing a green polo shirt, and there was like a crest on the chest. It was like a resort he worked in or something like that, and he had well, he looked Mexican or something like that, and he had all these gold-plated teeth. And he asked me, what's your name, by the way? I says, my name's Paul. Oh, I'm Rick. Nice to meet you. And I says, oh yeah, okay, yeah, nice to meet you too. He goes, what are you doing today? I says, well, I haven't really got any plans, I'm leaving tomorrow. Me and some friends of mine, we're going to go to the beach. Do you like rum and coke? I says, yeah, of course I like rum and coke. He says, okay, a few of us, is there these guys and a couple of girls, they're from the USA, we're going to drink some rum and coke on the beach today, about 2 o'clock. Are you staying in that guest house around the corner, yeah? I says, yeah. I'll be out on the porch, sitting in the hammock, reading my book. He goes, okay, I'll come by at 2 o'clock and say hi, and then we'll go to the beach. I says, okay, cool, yeah. And then I'm sitting in the hammock reading my book, and it was about like 1:15, and he goes by the walkway down below, wheeling his bike, and he says, hey Paul. I says, what's up, Rick, man? He goes, I'm gonna go to the beach now, okay? I says, okay, yeah, 2 o'clock you said. Okay, I'll see you at 2. Okay, grand. So 2 o'clock came, and I walked down to the beach, and I just see him underneath like a palm tree, you know, with his bicycle beside him, and he's like, Paul, over here. So I went over to him, and I says, where's your pals you said you were going to meet up with? Oh, they're not here yet, they're going to come later. I only have the rum, I need to get some coke and some ice. I says, okay, yeah, will you stay here and take care of my bicycle? I says, yeah, no problem, go ahead, man. So he went off to the supermarket, and he came back with some plastic cups and some coke and bags of ice and stuff like that. And he came along, you know, and he poured us a couple of drinks, and we started chatting away, yip yap. He was telling me that he has a bar on an island, just like about 10 minutes on a speedboat away from the little harbour where we were. And he was saying it's a whore bar, he's got whores in it. And the reason why he bought the bar is because he had an aunt who died, and she left him a lot of money, and he used the money to buy the whore bar. And he only goes to the whore bar every like 2 or 3 times a week because his friend has a speedboat and brings him. But he said we couldn't go that night because his friend was busy with the boat. He was going tomorrow, but I was leaving tomorrow. And then he was telling me all about his job, you know, the t-shirt he was wearing. He worked in some resort, and he was telling me how you know, he has a really good job there. Like before his aunt left him the money, you know, he had that job, and he thought he would have been crazy to give up that job after he set up his bar, because it was a good solid income, you know. So he decided to, like, you know, keep his job and like still do the whore bar on the side. And then like we kept on drinking rum and coke as you do, chat on the beach. Lovely sunny day for it as well. And then he was telling me all about these people he was drinking with the night before. They were supposed to come to the beach. They were Americans, an American girl, and no, it was a Canadian dude and an American girl. But he said the Canadian dude left. It was just an American girl on her own, and he said she was wild. You know, she loved to go skinny dipping and stuff like that. And he was saying maybe like he wants to try and set me up with her. And I was like, yeah, happy days. I'm an equal opportunities employer. And then he was telling me that he had a little house, you know, a little 1-bedroom kind of hut around the village. And he said he had 2 friends, an American guy and a Canadian guy, who are staying there at the moment. He just met them a few days ago, and he let them stay in the house. And he was saying to me that the next time I ever go to that little village, you know, I can stay in that house, no problem also. And then as we continued drinking and talking, it started to get a little bit weird, you know. He started like asking me a lot of these like really sordid questions about my sex life and stuff like that, you know. And I think, you know, as he was drinking the rum, you know what I mean, he started like, you know, getting more blah 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 blah, because he was like asking me a question and he wouldn't even give me time to answer the question. He'd move on to another question straight away, like, you know what I mean. He'd be like, so have you ever had sex with a girl in the sea? Have you ever had anal sex with a girl before? Did you ever do a threesome? It was just going on. It was getting a bit weird, like, you know what I mean. And then he told me that he was a virgin. And I just took a step back and I was like, no way, man. This is bizarre. You know, when you go traveling, you know, you think you're gonna see like really weird things, you know, like well, stuff that like you wouldn't normally see back home. They say it's like you know, kind of like bucket list things, like, you know, a whale shark, or where 2 oceans meet. But never in my wildest imagination did I ever think I would meet a virgin gold-toothed pimp. It was crazy. But then, like, as we like, it was getting a bit weird. I was starting to feel a bit uncomfortable around him. You know what I mean? And you know, he was just talking too much, asking loads of really like graphic, sordid, fucking sex questions. You know what I mean? I didn't like where it was going. And then he started bringing up like about how he's trying to be a masseuse and all. Like, I think he was trying to ask me, did he want to give me a massage or something like that? You know what I mean? And as well as that, I really like. I'm not a big fan of rum and coke. You know, I like it. I like it as a nightcap. You know, but I find if you drink too much of it, especially in the daytime, it can get very sticky and tangy. You know what I mean? So like, and as well as that, I didn't want to stay out on the session all day and night, because I had a boat to catch to Honduras, and that boat only left that harbour once a week, and it was quite expensive for a ticket. So I said to like Rick, I said, here, listen, I need to go home and rest. You know what I mean? Like, if you said that this American chick is going to come out later, you know, I want to have some energy. He goes, hey, okay, don't worry about it. I'll come by your place around 8 o'clock. We'll go for dinner. She'll probably come for dinner with us too. I says, yeah, okay, cool. So I went home, had a little rest, had a shower and all that. And then he came by and he like waved up at me at my porch. Paul, so I had his little bicycle with him. And he says, oh, come on, let's go. I know, do you like Chinese food? I says, yeah, I love Chinese food. Oh, I was talking to the American girl. She said she can't make dinner, but she'll meet us for drinks afterwards. I said, yeah, alright, cool. And then we're walking up to the Chinese restaurant, and he says, I tell you what, I'll ring her just to tell her that we're going to eat now. And he's talking to the American girl. Yeah, you know the Irish guy I was telling you about? Yeah, he's here with me now. Yeah. We're gonna have dinner, and then we'll see you for some drinks on the beach after. And then I was thought, alright, cool, man. Yeah, she sounds like fun, man. You know what I mean? The way he made her out, like, you know what I mean? And she must obviously exist as well, because like I seen him dial the number. You know what I mean? I could hear someone on the other end. So we went into the Chinese restaurant, and he says, I'll pay for everything, okay? I'll pay for everything. was like, really, you don't have to. He goes, yeah, I insist. So the waiter came and he asked us what we wanted, and I told him what I wanted. And then when he asked like, what do you want for drink, Rick goes to me, a beer? I says, no man, I'll just have a Coke. You know, I don't really like drinking beer with me dinner. You know what I mean? So I had a Coke, but he really like trying to force a beer down me. Like he was like, I thought like he's trying to get me drunk or something like that, you know. But we finished dinner and then we went down onto the beach, and he just kept making excuses, going, where is this girl? I'll call her again. He was calling her again, you know. And then I had it in the back of my head as well, you know, I have to get my boat in the morning, you know what I mean? I don't want to stay out all night drinking, because I don't want to miss this boat, you know what I mean? So I was getting fed up, and like Rick was starting to like get really like touchy feely with me. He was starting massaging me neck and all and stuff like that, you know what I mean? So I said, hey Rick, I'm gonna go down and lie down for a bit, okay? When the American girl comes, right, give me a shout, okay? I was okay, yeah, I'll do that. So I went into my room, I locked the door, I went to bed, that was it, you know. Got up the next morning, made my way to the harbour to get the boat to Honduras. But on the boat, who did I make friends with? An American guy and a Canadian dude. And they were saying to me, oh man, we had a really like strange experience in that town just back there. I goes, why? What happened? Oh, you know, we just got off the bus, and this like guy with gold teeth and a bicycle just comes up to us and asks us like, do you want to stay in his house for free? I says, no way man, I was on the beach drinking with a guy, is his name Rick? They said, no way, are you the Irish guy? He said he was having rum and coke on the beach with all day. I said, yeah. He says, oh, that's crazy. But the American guy and the Canadian guy that I made friends with, like, they were really funny, you know. They were good little travelling buddies that I made friends with for a few days. We hung out together in Honduras, stayed in the same guest house and everything, like, you know. We did a bit of travelling around together. They were only young lads, you know. They were only about 18 or 19. It was their first time ever away from home. And they were a pair of little characters, you know. The Canadian guy, he looked exactly like Shaggy Doo, you know, from Scooby-Doo. He was real skinny and a big mop of hair and a little goatee. And he was real paranoid, he was real afraid to go everywhere and everything, like, you know. And the American guy, he lived his whole life in New York. And he was real, like, innocent and carefree, you know what I mean? Like, he just, like, saw the goodness in everything. He was just so full of happiness, you know, being away travelling. They were really funny guys, like, you know what I mean? They were good buddies. And the Canadian guy was saying that he was getting like a lot of good fun out of the American lad, you know. And he was saying that when they got off the bus, you know, when they met Rick on the bicycle, he was saying, oh, which was crazy, like, you know what I mean? He asked us to stay in his house rent free, and then within half an hour when we're in his house, he turns around and says, would you like a massage? So what happened was, right, there was only one bed in the room, and the Canadian guy didn't feel comfortable sharing a bed, so he said, I'll just rest on the floor. And the American guy says, I don't mind, I'll take the bed. And Rick says, yes, oh, okay if I rest with you. And then he turned around and says, I can give you a massage if you like. And the American guy, like, so innocent, he goes, okay, yeah, that bus journey really took a lot out of me, man. I'd love a massage right now. And I asked him, I goes, what was the massage like? Was it any good? He goes, yeah, it was nice at the start, but then it kind of got a little weird, and I told him to stop. And I was like, what happened? He said he was massaging, you know, doing his back and his shoulders, and then like he started like going up onto his head, massaging his head, and then he started putting his legs, you know, over his shoulders, and you could like feel his ball bag rubbing off the back of his ear or something like that, and he just jumped up and says, okay, stop. But yeah, it was very coincidental how we all seemed to meet up with each other, man. You know what I mean? The road, it has like some funny stories, some funny situations. But I was talking to the American guy, and he said he was friends with Rick on Facebook, and they were talking to each other again, and apparently Rick opened up about his homosexuality to him, like, I mean, so he was lying. He wasn't really a virgin gold-toothed pimp. You meet some characters, I tell you, man. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Give us a thumbs up if you liked it, okay? Leave a comment. Subscribe, doesn't cost a thing, because there's plenty more on the way, okay? Have a good one, right? Keep our lit. Cheers.